What's up, YouTube? Today is Monday, May 18th, 2026, and I have approximately 6.5 months left to make 100K, to have 100K in my bank. So how am I going to do that? One, I get my bonus, my sign-on bonus, within the next 6 months. Two is to aggressively save, making about $5,000 a month. And then after that is all I'm in. So let's say in total I'm at $70,000. Right. How am I gonna come up with $30,000? I gotta push my business. I gotta batch. I don't want to say batch record, but I gotta post more often and more so than what I'm doing already. In case y'all do follow my Instagram, I did a whole 90-day A-school transformation, and then now that I'm back here, I'm doing it again as a CS3. But that doesn't really include me promoting my stuff, which I think is a big mistake and something that I need to add into my videos. Other than that, what else have I been doing? Well, I've been looking for apartments, and I was very close to getting one until I realized that eats into the goal. My final goal of having that 100,000 by the end of 2026. Because will that be 2,200 a month? And that would severely slow me down from my goal. So, talking with a buddy, it's either I get the barracks buddies, have a place to bring him back to my house, I have my own bed, I have my own desk, or that helps me reach my goal of 100,000. 100,000 at 20 years old. WQ West. Sounds like a pretty ideal life to me at the moment. What are my other goals? Well, other goals are physical, to have a six-pack abs, which has a lot more to do with my eating habits than anything else. And after that has to do with relationships. So I gotta figure out what I want to do, how I want to go about it, who I want to. I think I know who I want to spend my time with. But the thing is, she's very long distance, and that's something that I never had to think about before, because since I've joined the military, I've been single, which I always kind of consider a bad thing, but now looking back on it, I don't want to say it's less stressful, because I'm definitely less stressed now than I was before, because I feel like whenever you're single, you're just always trying to find somebody, and rather, for me, that meant going to the clubs, going out with my friends to the clubs, and that's fulfilling the moment for that night. But afterwards, it's not. So now I'm like, okay, seeing somebody. But at the moment she's 11 hours away. And even sooner, she's going to be states upon states away. So I gotta think about what I want to do in this instance. And then, other than that, I just gotta continue to focus on me building my personal brand. Because I think I made a video on if I want to stay in. I don't want to stay in. At least as a CS, I cannot see myself staying in. More than this enlistment as a CS. Sure, as you climb the ranks, it gets easier. Well, I wouldn't say easier. It gets more technical, more leadership, less hands-on cooking, less 14 to 15 hour days, 7 days a week. Or 6 to 7 days a week. Super fun. Because that's what I'm facing right now. 6 to 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. And that is, it's miserable. I don't know how else to put that. It's, I gotta be grateful that I'm not living like some people. I'm not living on fucking landmines in the middle of nowhere. Okay, that's a lie. I go out to sea in the middle of nowhere. But, I'm not just sleeping on the ground. However, the long days are not fun. And it's not something that I personally enjoy like I thought I might. And I could just be because of my unit that I'm on. Either way, it doesn't matter. Because I'm constantly looking for ways to where at the end of my enlistment, I don't have to stay in. I don't want to. That's why I set all these monetary goals. Because I don't want to stay in. My brother is getting into house hacking. And that's something that I could most definitely also look into. So, either way, going back to the main topic of 100K by 2026. How am I going to do it? I'm going to do it by scaling my shirt business, getting more pre-orders in, and then getting them shipped out. And that's going to come up with 30 grand. But that's not undoable if it's something I set on my team. Either way, I don't know when the next time I post is going to be. But you can follow me on Instagram at Josh_Sheffield0. I post daily on Instagram. Snapchat's the same thing. But I'll see y'all later.